Hello, my friends. Jay Madhav, Internet Marketing Guru. Let's see. By the way, I want to mention that all the videos that you've seen from me on YouTube are not scripted. They're not thought of in advance, except for the topic that I tend to discuss. So if it seems a little bit random and going off topic, you'll have to forgive me. I don't have anything written. I don't have any scripted. I don't have anything premeditated. I don't have a teleprompter here. I'm not reading from any notes. Even the stand-up comedy stuff, that because there's so much content that I have out there, and I dabble in a lot of different things. Even the stand-up comedy, with very few exceptions, is literally me. And I'm not really that adventurous guy, but I like to try new things. My motto is I'm willing to try anything once. Okay, and if I fail, it's fine. I don't see it as failure. I'd rather get through life with having tried a lot of things and have experience than being too afraid to do something and fail at it and take a risk. Okay, that's just me at this stage in my life. Now, so none of this has been scripted. So if it seems a little disorganized, well, forgive me. I'm thinking as I'm talking along. I didn't sit there creating a PowerPoint presentation and writing notes for 2 hours before I go ahead and click the record button. And by the way, I've been an actor for 24 years, so I'm very comfortable being on camera or being in front of a group of people or being in a social setting and just speaking freely and liberally and openly and just creatively, almost like a improvisation. So basically kind of an improvisation. So keep that in mind. Anyways, today's topic I want to talk about is what I want to talk about is technology, right? Everybody has technology in their life. There's a need for it. We'd all agree it's advanced. It keeps advancing decade by decade, generation by generation. It improves lives, right? I think we would agree, such as advances in medical science, just to give you one example. But you can be kind of over technologized. I think I'm making up a word here. You have to, especially if you're running a business, you have to know what technology do you need that's relevant for your business and to keep your business operations as efficient and as cost effective as possible. And I see a lot of people making mistakes here. It's actually downright embarrassing. Just thinking of some of these examples. I'm the kind of person where I'm not an early adopter. If the iPhone 8 that just came out, I ain't standing in line to buy a $700 iPhone 8 when I already have the $700 iPhone 7. Okay? That doesn't materially do anything different than what I already have. So I'm not the early adopter. I don't want the highest, latest, greatest, best of everything, top of the line for technology, because that will also not at some point, like a year from now. If you're talking, I got laptops. I buy one every year or two at the most. It seems like the performance goes down and technology companies are intelligent. They have planned obsolescence. Different topic, you can look it up. But that will be obsolete, and that won't be top of the line, latest, greatest product, given another 6 months, 12 months, or, like 2 years. So, but at the same time, you don't want the lowest. One of the biggest mistakes I made a few years ago is I bought a laptop that was very cheap because it was like $250. Had an Intel i3 processor. It was slow as fuck, okay? I had to go pretty soon after that and upgrade that. Still probably reasonably priced because I go through laptops pretty much every year, once a year and a half, probably on average. But the one I have right now is an i5. Previous to this, I had an i7. Both have been really well performing and very fast too. So, and for the business that I'm in, because it's all online computerized work, I need something that performs at that level. But do I need to go spend $5,000 on the latest Mac product because I'm trying to create and build video games and program video games? No. I don't need something to that degree. The point of this conversation is you need to go into business or look at your existing business and evaluate at what level of technology do you need. And what I mean by that is how can you improve performance, how can you improve business operations in a cost-effective way? Okay? Some of you are still using very outdated Microsoft Office products because you're simply too cheap to go ahead and upgrade to spend the money and get a more current subscription. So your whole staff is suffering with something now that's outdated, it's not feature rich in the way that they need, the features they need actually to do their job. I've been in, man, I'm just thinking to myself as I say this, examples I have of my own previous employment for different companies, given tools that hardly let you do your job in a productive way. Things you could do in a couple of hours if they upgraded to more current and efficient software, take you the whole day or 2 days or longer to do. And sometimes the business owner doesn't even realize that this is going on, but usually, sadly, they don't give a shit because they don't want to spend the money. But then you got to really think, well, if I did spend that money and I improve business proficiency across the team, from my dispatch team to my administrative team to my accounting folks and so my sales personnel and my marketing team and my manufacturing sector and so on and so on, would that actually allow them to be more productive and therefore let me get more products and services out the door, generate more revenue that would more offset or probably more than offset the cost of having to upgrade you have to spend to upgrade on that technology? This is the balance, right? This is the balance you have to make. And so take the approach that I take. Don't get the slowest, shittiest of the shitty 10-year-old stuff, okay? You don't need the highest of the highest. There is some variance. It depends on what the nature of your business is, right? In some cases, you do need what is the kind best out there, like video editing software for making feature films, as an example. You need something that's pretty current, that allows you to have features and functionality that previous versions just simply don't. So you're limited by that. But we're all in our daily lives, personal and business-wise, limited by technology at the same time. What tools do we have, and what are they capable of doing, and what are they incapable of doing? So you need to decide as a business owner, what do you have, and what is it capable of doing and providing, and what is it incapable of doing? In what ways is it restricting your staff from performing their duties to the best of their abilities? 9 times out of 10, you're behind on your technology. This is just going by my own real world experience in the last decade, and you're not providing your staff with the necessary tools to perform their job at the proficiency level that they could be, and you're losing money as a result of it in unearned revenue. Plus, you're providing a more burden and frustration on your staff. Now, if you ask your staff, it's not their business and it's not their bank account. So they're going to say, yes, we want the latest version. We have the version 7 of this. We want version 10 of this. Doesn't mean you need version 10, but you should listen to your staff because they're in the field hands-on using this, and they're feeling the frustrations of what's not working, what features are not available, how this thing is slow, how this keeps freezing up, and so on and so forth. So maybe you don't need level 10 that just came out 2 months ago for the upgrade in that program, but your level 7 that came out 3, 4, 5 years ago is ridiculously outdated. But there's a happy medium there somewhere that's at a cost-effective price point. So look at the technological tools, make sound business decisions, always be working to improve your business processes and that enable staff productivity, right? Look at the big picture of what's happening in your organization and what's working well and what's not working well, and why what's not working well is not working well. What is the impairment in technology that's needed but not currently available for the staff? Okay, so something I wanted to mention, because I see this a lot when I come into companies as a consultant in a marketing capacity, but I also look at it in a bigger picture as a business consultant and as a business owner, as if I were the business owner, and look at it from the staff's perspectives, and I usually see a lot of bottlenecks that are hampering revenue generation in the business that could and should be addressed by spending a little bit of money. Jay Madhav, thanks for listening.